So tell me, when was the last time that you picked up a newspaper and actually read it? Or tuned into a local news station and actually listened? Let's be honest here, most of us, we get our news from social media nowadays. It's super easy and convenient. We're scrolling through our feeds looking for events, avocado toast, or travel pics, and we also get a fair share of current events. I mean, what's not to like, right? However, do we still question and fact-check everything before believing it as true? Or is it just because it's so easy and right there in front of us that we just buy into whatever is there? When we open up our favorite apps, what if I told you that some of those news stories may have been placed there strategically for you to see? If there's one way to control people's thoughts and beliefs about something, social media nowadays would 100% be the first target. Social media censorship is real and here, and I'm going to be telling you why. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have you ever stopped to read the terms of service before signing up for your favorite social media platforms? Probably not. I remember signing up for Facebook when I was around 13 years old, and I didn't even know what the terms of service was back then, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can relate to this. But the thing is, many big social media companies have revised their terms of service plenty of times over the years, and it's important to know what is being said in them. They are using them to more aggressively and legally be able to police content on these platforms. This allows them to have more control over what is being said, spread, and promoted on these sites. When you type in something in the search box, an algorithm could be manipulated to promote certain keywords and ban others. When we are recommended on the homepage, whether that is an Instagram story or a YouTube video or a Facebook ad, they can be strategically placed so that you can see them and think a certain way. Each social media platform has a parent company, and they have enough power to dictate what is acceptable speech now. When you choose to agree to your terms of service, you probably never read it, but you just entered a legal contract with some of the world's biggest censors of information. In addition, the internet and where we receive our news has become more and more centralized nowadays. How many social media apps do you use on a daily basis? Let me guess, probably you can count them on one hand, right? Well, what does this mean? So let me put it this way. Imagine there's about 2 or 3 people in your community, and they have the right to be able to protect you from certain types of information. So they have the right to be able to filter through all the news and messages that you receive on a daily basis, and they have the right to redeem what is acceptable or not. They can flag them, they can ban content, and they can also remove them. This doesn't sound great, right? Like you're not really having a lot of control over what you think. Well, if we want to let this happen in your life, why are we complacent with this happening on social media or online? These companies, they tightly regulate content on a regular basis, and they have a lot of control over what we can see or can't see. These sites aren't public spaces, but they're private commercial property in which the parent companies have a lot of control over. Free speech means being able to express yourself authentically and freely about who you are, and also being able to differentiate what is right and what is wrong for yourselves. When content is being restricted or banned from us, we are unable to differentiate different sides of an argument and be able to hear from different perspectives. Last year, YouTube introduced the 4 R's of responsibility, and its principles sound nice, keeping YouTube open and safe. However, using machine learning to promote certain voices over others and remove content as fast as possible should certainly scare you. YouTube has banned more than 17,000 channels, 100,000 videos, and more than 500 million comments since this crackdown in June. Reddit has also been banning posts on specific topics, and Facebook has been removing news articles from its feed. Who gave these private companies so much rights to be able to define what the world can or cannot see? People need to be able to see and hear from different sides of their arguments to be able to come to their conclusions themselves. Even if I don't necessarily agree to someone, I still want to learn their side of their argument and where they are coming from. Widespread censorship of online opinions is acting as a disservice to all of us. We won't be able to actively think for ourselves, and we'll just believe whatever is thrown right in front of us on social media. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't use social media platforms anymore to express ourselves. All I'm saying is that some of our favorite social media companies may be limiting what we see and hear online. I'll list some alternative social media sites for us below that you can check out and use. Social media censorship is here in the light, and we all need to do our part to be able to protect ourselves. Make sure to fact check before jumping on trending bandwagons, and also make sure that what you share is not fake news before spreading it to your circle of friends. We all need to do our part to protect your freedom of speech online and in person. That is all for now, and I will see you next time.